This here is a 1981 FXWG. This is the second year. This is the last year for the AMF mark. Harley Davidson, the current company, bought them back in late 1981. This last year it had AMF on the tank. It was very popular at this time to peel off the AMF part of the logo here. This is the original paint bike. It's in exceptional condition. I've had nicer, but not very often. This bike is unique because we actually have the original bill of sale on the shovel head. That never got saved. This is the original front wheel. 80, 81, and some or all of 82s had this rim here. I've never actually been able to buy a used one. They were always crunched on a curb and dented, but this is the real rim. And this is the real headlight. Very hard to find. I've never found a used headlight either. So the Y-Glide was a Willie G invention for the styling of the time. It was very popular to have the 21 with the 5-gallon FLH tanks with a fat bobber fender. People were taking their FLHs in the late 70s and making this style. The chopper carries this over, and this modern swing-on bobber, if you will, what became the FXWG look once Harley Davidson put this bike out, was in. It was in fashion. It was very cool. This was the ultimate. Take your floorboards off, put forward controls on it, take all the bagger stuff, but leave your big tanks. This bike is not perfect, but it's in very, very nice shape. Those are original legs. There's no corrosion on it. There's no rust on this bike anywhere, really. Very little on the cylinders. Extremely little. That's original paint on the cylinders. I have not tried to fire this bike up. So we're going to find out if we can get it running right now. It is not 100% bone stock, but it's very close. It has a Harley Davidson accessory seat on it. That's correct Yankee turn signals on it. This is the correct 81 11-inch rear brake. I have not done anything besides wash it and polish it. This is the original rear sprocket that came with the machine. This is the correct primary cover, the correct oil tank. So I'm going to give the camera to Ophi here so she can follow me down the road. And put that on. And yeah, that way she can get us up close and all that. So, yeah, Oliver's over there whining.
Yeah, I know, poor dog.
So we'll see if she fires. Give it a try. bike. I haven't done a thing to it. Just washed it and polished it. I never fired it up. This motor's never been apart as far as I can tell. They've got valve seals on these 81s. The earlier ones did not. And the Harley Davidsons, you guys watched the older videos, what happened when they came out with unleaded gas, they changed the valve guides and valves, and they did not lengthen the valve guide, and they galled. They used the wrong metal. It took them from 77 until 81 to correct it. All 77 to 80s had valves and valve guides in them, every one. Kept a lot of shops in business for a lot of years, changing valve guides. But they did correct it in 81, but they installed valve seals, and when it sits like it did, because it took a couple weeks to get here and you hadn't fired up for a couple weeks, you're going to bleed down oil into the top end of the compression chamber from your valve seals, because the valve seals, as far as I can tell, this motor's never been apart. If that is correct, those valve seals need to be changed. So it's going to smoke a little bit when it fires up. As you saw, it cleared out just fine. That's a valve seal problem. It's not a top end problem. The original paint still has the indication here from when it had the little sticker, little red reflector here. None of it's been repainted. It's in exceptional condition. Remember, this is 2014. This is an 81. Original owner bike. The man has obviously loved and cared for this machine. The reason why he sold it to me is I assured him I would never chop this bike, and I would make sure it never got chopped. The people that were wanting to buy it locally, where it came from, wanted to chop it. And that would be a crime, in my opinion. This is a beautiful, beautiful bike. I've always loved wide glides. As I explained to the man, my first shovel head was an 81 lowrider. So I'm very, very partial to this year and time. Without that, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. My life would be totally different. So, how much I can add? I got the original exhaust with it, original air cleaner, some of the original bits and pieces. The seat, the spare seat that comes with it, it's new old stock. It's never been mounted. So, if you page down to the description page, you'll see a bunch of pictures on this bike. This is one hell of a machine. So, to get them in and boom, on a shovel head, and you don't do nothing but fire it up. You have any idea how unusual that is? Almost never happens. Almost never happens. They always have some kind of major catastrophe between A, we bought it, and B, we actually got it in the door. This is a good running bike. This is one hell of a machine. He's really taking care of it. Kudos to Frank. Thank you very much. I appreciate you selling me the bike. I love this bike. It's beautiful. See you guys in the next video.